Hello everyone. So far we have learnt heat and temperature, types of thermometers, different types of thermometer scales, problems based on conversion of degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit and vice versa. Definitions for three modes of heat transfer, activity based on conduction. Today in this session we are going to learn about convection. How does convection occur? Convection can take place in fluids because the molecules are free to move about. When a fluid is heated, it expands, becomes less dense, and therefore rises, carrying heat along with it. The cold fluid, being denser, sinks down to the heat source. This cold fluid then gets heated and moves upward. This process continues and heat is transferred in the entire volume of fluid through movement of fluid molecules. These movement of fluid molecules are called convection currents. Next I am going to show a short video to observe convection current in water using potassium permanganate crystals. Stay tuned.
Suspend a round bottom flask from a clamp stand. Put some crystals of potassium permanganate in it. Place a burner below the flask and start to heat it slowly. When the water at the bottom of the flask gets heated, it expands. Due to this expansion, its density decreases and it rises up. As the hot water molecules move upward, a region of low pressure gets created near the bottom of the flask. The cooler water molecules at the surface of the water move downwards to fill this region.
Next, I am going to display a small video which helps you to understand the direction of convection currents.
One of the students heats the test tube by keeping the flame close to the wax, while the other student heats the test tube by tilting it and keeping the flame little above the position of the wax. The wax in the case of the student who heated the test tube by keeping the flame close to the wax melts quickly as compared to the other student who heated the test tube by keeping the flame above the position of the wax.
Like previous video, we are going to understand direction of convection currents by doing the activity 6. For doing this activity, we need 2 test tubes, water, a piece of wax, wire gauge, spirit lamp and test tube holder. First we have to take 2 test tube and label them as A and B. In test tube A, put a piece of wax and heat the test tube at the top end. The same way, in test tube B, wrap a piece of wax in wire gauge and put it in. Fill it with water and heat at the top end. After few minutes, we have to observe both the test tubes. In both test tubes, the wax does not melt. From this, we conclude that air and water are bad conductors of heat. No convection current is set up in air or water in the test tube when the heat source is not at the bottom. Insight: convection currents are set in the molten outer core inside the earth due to heat from the solid inner core having a temperature of about 4000 degrees Celsius. It is thought that these convection currents generate the Earth's magnetic field. Insight. The Earth atmosphere screens many harmful radiations from the sun. A portion of the sun's heat reaching the earth by radiation is absorbed and heats the atmosphere and other objects by the process of convection and conduction. Today's homework. Learn and write all these questions in your science rough notebook. Get signed from your parents and post it to me. Thank you, children.